Birdie Fab Quickies coming at you today with a pair of ignition coils. It's been a while since I posted a video about Rusty, mainly because I think that the worst is about to happen and that I'm going to discover that the bottom end is too far gone since it was so wet for so long. So I've kind of been putting it off, but anyway, I think I am going to try to fire it. We'll see if it cranks. It's probably going to eat itself immediately, even if it does start, but at any rate, it would be cool to see the engine fire up. But so these two coils are in a box, were in a box inside the cab. I don't know what they are. I don't know where they came from. So what I'm going to do is try to get them cleaned up, and then we're going to try to bench test them. So here we go. I'm sure there's a better, safer way to do this, but run what you brung. Worked okay for the starter. These are a lot better now. You can see the markings on top. They both say Delco Remy, so that's good. We kind of know that we're dealing with a factory style, I guess a factory GM part. What I noticed here, this one is marked 386V. This one is marked 09812V. So I assume that this is a 12 volt coil. This is a 6 volt. This one is a little worse for wear. It's got some dings in it, but I guess if it's still good, it's still good. So we're gonna disregard this one for now, and I'm gonna go look up some specs, see if I can find what our impedance measurements are supposed to be across the primary and secondary windings. We'll see if it's worth giving it a shot. So I tried to find the specs. Can't really find anything, but I found these numbers that are, I don't know. We're going to test it and see. If it's close to this, I'm calling it good. If it's not, I'm calling it trash. Whatever. I don't know. We'll find out. So anyway, primary winding is between the negative and positive post. I don't think polarity matters in this stage because we're just testing impedance. But then the secondary winding is from the center contact out to one of the other posts. So that's the deal, is the primary winding should measure between 0.4 and 2 ohms. Secondary winding should measure somewhere between 6 kiloohms and 20 kiloohms. So let's pop these nuts off. Probably test okay with them on, but I don't know how grimy these threads are. All right, so grab our multimeter here. Ta-da! Yours might be different. Looking for the ohms setting. You should have that on pretty much any of them. Ohm meters, as people call them sometimes. Kind of like Sawzall. It does, well, I guess it's not kind of like Sawzall because that's just calling things by the wrong brand. But Anyway, you see here that it's actually on, let's see, switch our range. So this is just ohms, and we'll switch it over to kilo ohms when we measure the secondary winding. So primary winding, we're looking for a number from between 0.4 and 2. So let's see what we got. .3. That seems pretty good. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. So 1.3, 1.2 ohms across the primary. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to do our manual range over to kilo ohms. And so we're going to test the secondary now. So from the middle to over here, and we're looking for 6 to 20 on the kilo ohm scale. So it is pretty dirty in here. I'm scraping down the sides and I get some different measurements. So if I could get a smaller brush in there maybe to clean this up a little bit more. So 7, 8, 12. It is kind of all over the place. Let's try this other one. That's pretty solid right there. 798. Might as well call it 8 kilo ohms. So both of these measurements are within range. What we're looking for here on the primary and secondary. So I think it's worth a shot to throw this coil in there, try to rig up some kind of electrical system and or ignition system, and see if we can get her to fire up.